Alrighty, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary folks. Welcome to the stream. My name is Jinxeekatt. I will be your host this evening, and I appreciate you guys for stopping by tonight. It's so wonderful to see you. We have a wonderful double series on our hands tonight, which I am so excited to be a part of. But first and foremost, the reason that I'm sure most of you are here, we have Phoenix Rising Diamond versus BeefBois. I already see some BeefBois chat love in the chat, so we love to see that. I love it when you guys are here cheering for your friends. And without further ado, why don't we go ahead, head right on in to the map picks and bans. You can see where we got rid of, where we're going, and what's coming up next. So head over that way. As you can see here, we have a wonderful selection of maps for you this evening, with Phoenix Rising Diamond getting rid of Battlefield of Eternity and Volskaya Foundry. We have BeefBois getting rid of Alterac Pass and Garden of Terror. The members of Phoenix Rising did win the coin flip. They opted for first pick, so we will have our first map of the evening be Tomb of the Spider Queen, as selected by BeefBois. I'm going to let the teams know that I am ready, and without further ado, we should be able to hop into this series. I'll go ahead and get a prediction started as soon as the teams are ready to go. They're just teasing each other in chat right now, which I always love. I love when the teams are really friendly. I think it makes for good friendly competition. So yeah, if you guys are here repping your friends, let them know as soon as this draft starts. I will get a prediction going so you guys can predict who will be taking home game number 1 in our best of 3 tonight. And that sounds means that we are ready. So without further ado, why don't we hop on in? So, hello everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening. I'm going to get that bad boy started as we get rocking and rolling. Start prediction. Who will win? Is it going to be PR Diamond, or is it going to be Hanzo is going to be banned out? My dog is rip-roaring, ready to get going. Actually, she just wants to go see who's crinkling a bag right now. So pardon me. Is again Hanzo going to be banned out, or is it going to be BeefBois tonight? We'll have this. We'll say that the submission period, we'll give them 5 minutes. Let's just get through everything with our 30-second delay. So, Chromie going to be the next one banned out. And we'll see who is, yeah, again, what they're going to pick, what we're going to be started for. I apologize. I keep reaching over trying to figure out everything that's going on. Diablo going to be the next band out. Makes a lot of sense. The Lord of Terror is so devastating on this map. Fighting in those tight chokes can be a real heck of an uphill battle. So, get him out of here. No Diablo today. Curious to see if Johanna will get through, or if the teams are hoping to pick them up for themselves. Medivh is still a viable ban. Zult, Jin, lots of different options. It's going to be Hogger, though, who is taken out. Another top tier pick that the teams don't want to have to deal with. And with that, we're going to see the members of Phoenix Rising pick up their first pick. Again, Joe would be absolutely phenomenal here. Lots of high wave clear mages, also good. Like Kael'thas is really solid. Jaina, Orphea, thinking of other people, maybe even starting with a high level solo lane, but it is going to be that Johanna coming through for Northern Touch. The best wave clear tank in the game. Makes sense to pick her up first. So that does leave a couple of different options for tanks for the side of BeefBois. You can see, you know, most of them, the two best I would say for this map have been taken away. It looks like they're going to hold off that tank pick until later, opting for Stukov and Jaina to come in, a really solid wave clear and great follow-up. You know, maybe they're looking to go for a variant, going for that blow-up style of play that we see so very often. See what the members of Phoenix Rising are going to opt for. Looks like Cassia and Deckard Cain. So overall, pretty standard draft so far. Not a whole lot to say about these as we get moving through, except I am very slow at typing in my pop-ups here for Soothsayer. But Cassia is a, you know, one of those picks that she got her rework. She has a bunch of new talents and has never really left the meta since. Blizzard has tried nerfing her 100 times, but still a very high priority assassin, which we love to see, you know? Sonya gonna be banned out. I think that is a fair ban there. She is one of the most popular picks right now, so get her out of here. Able to just push those lanes forever, spin to win. If you don't have a ton of CC to shut her down, then it can be just devastating. So I don't use that word a lot, but you know, gonna ban out another tank here, really trying to put pressure on that tank pool from the side of Phoenix Rising Diamond, so they ban out ETC. Now we've seen a lot less of the ETC lately, just because he did get that nerf, and it's really crazy how some huge nerfs, like Cassia got to many of her talents, specifically her level 7 Surge of Light, and is still picked, still very viable. ETC takes, you know, -5 armor, and all of a sudden he's not good anymore. He's just the worst of the worst. So, going to see Leoric and Greymane picked up here for the side of BeefBois. More solid picks. I like the Leo. I really like Leo on Tomb of the Spider Queen, just because he is difficult to gank, and that's one of the high selling points of Tomb, is you need to have a really strong off lane who can't be ganked, and Leo really brings that. We're going to see Zul and Tassadar round it out. So Zul does have the opportunity to kind of double soak here on the smallest map in the game, so we could potentially see Sonar rotating around on Zul, trying to get out those get those rotations going, and there it is. Dirk going to be on that variant, looking for the age-old blow-up comp. And with that Leo in Tomb, that's a pretty nasty looking team fight. However, I don't know if the wave clear is necessarily there for that variant. Not the best wave clear boy. Lots of wave clear, especially with that Tassadar on the side of Phoenix Rising Diamond. So right now, you know, it's wave clear versus team fight is the way that I'm looking at it. We are going to hop in here in just a moment, but for now, we're going to bring it back to me so we can go ahead and finish that out. And our submission's ending in just 16 seconds, and it looks like most of you are claiming that you believe that Phoenix Rising Diamond is going to take this overwhelmingly. Oh gosh darn it, we didn't get all of our heroes in right now. Well, I'll pop ups for the next game, I promise. But without further ado, you're probably tired of looking at my mug, so why don't we bring it over to the game, where you guys can see here on the left-hand side is Phoenix Rising Diamond with Sonar on that Zul. Automatic Z is going to be your Cassia. Dropping babies on the Deckard Cain. Popo Joe going to be your Tassadar. And Northern Touch rocking the Johanna. And then over here in the red health bars, it's going to be BeefBois with Tribulation on that Leoric. We're going to see Smart Killer on the Greymane. Dirk will be your variant there. Albatalk's going to be that Jaina, and Root Beer guy rocking the Stukov. They're heading down here to the middle lane. Once again, everybody, this is game number 1 in our best of 3 series, Division A East. Teams looking in here. We got a couple of quests going already for the side of Phoenix Rising Diamond. As you can see, everybody's just focused on getting that wave clear, trying to pick up those gems, and then move into the top lane as is standard. Tassadar opting for that level 1 static charge, hitting heroes with shock ray to get that maximum 200% extra bonus damage. Cassia going with the Thunderstroke. We see it more commonly these days ever since her auto attack talent did get nerfed, so makes sense that that's coming out. Well as Jaina, Fingers of Frost, all fairly standard talents coming around here Everybody is just looking to get this. So you can really see nobody is fighting yet. It's all about getting these spider butts and trying to find a way to turn them in here in just a little bit. And down in the bottom, we always like to talk about our coolest and most attractive players. These are our offlaners who forego screen time so that we can have XP. You can see Tribulation and Sonar 50-50 right here. One gem did escape Sonar's grasp. He is faster than Leo at clearing those waves, especially having those minions just means a little bit of extra chore for Tribulation. So we're going to see him come up, try and help out a little bit before rotating back down. And this is the power of the Zool that we were talking about, really trying to push over on that extra wave clear. In fact, so much wave clear. You can see a little bit of bullying coming out onto the BeefBois. A little bit of poke onto their towers, trying to get damage wherever they can. Just thanks to the fact they're so much faster. And Varian gonna dive in. Doesn't have level 4 yet. Durka better be careful, but a great silence from Root Beer Guy shuts down that engage. And oh no, we have a pause. Bring it back over to me. We should see what that is in but a moment here. But while we wait, just to make sure that nobody gets any information that we are not aware of or that isn't being okay, we have a lag spike. The billion, our healer has a billion ping, they say, so it should just be a second. So yeah, we'll just bring it back over here, talk about the game a little bit. Durka even saying they had a little bit of ping, so it could be at Blizzard's immaculately placed, spectacularly maintained, nothing ever goes wrong servers. And we should have that all fixed here in just a moment. So sit tight, guys. See what's going on. This is a hype match. Yeah, I agree. I'm really excited for this match. I was chatting with the teams beforehand while we were doing our map bans and picks, and it is both of them seem like lovely teams. They're really sweet. So I'm really looking forward. I always like when the teams are really nice and friendly in chat because it makes me happy for whoever wins. Because even as a caster, I try not to have caster bias. But if somebody comes in and they're like, hey, Jinxie, like, how's it going? How's your day? And I'm like, oh, it's a really good day. And then the guy comes in and he's like, let's just get this done already. And I'm just like, damn, like, okay, I hope the nice team wins if that's how you're going to be. But both of these guys were absolutely wonderful to me. So it makes for a really exciting series that you can get behind. Using more of that Popo Joe, I know, Arby's. We'll be back here in just a second. All right, looks like they're ready. So in just a couple of seconds, we'll be heading back into the game. You don't have to listen to me keep nattering on about things people don't care about. So, Dropping Babies is ready to go. Root Beer Guy says the BeefBois are ready. We should see the countdown in just but a moment, and then we'll be all set. Am I the ref? No, I'm not the ref. All right, counting down. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back to the game we go. You guys can see you didn't miss anything at all. Just the teams, again, looking to grab this soak. Rotating around. Northern Touch really laying it on thick with the Johanna. The static charge is going to go out. Taunt comes out. They're looking at Tassadar right here. Silence coming out onto Popo Joe, but a little bit of a late pick there from the side of Root Beer Guy, not being able to get it down right immediately. Level 4 came online, and Jinxeekatt was ready to go. So they look for Tassadar, get a little bit of damage, and this time now, Tribulation is going to try and harass Sonar. You can see him pushing him out of lane, make him rotate around the safe way, going to miss a little bit of soak, but not the end of the world. Meanwhile, all-out team fight brawl is happening here on the side of... well, both the teams, they're really just trying to harass, make sure that teams can't get turned in. Albatox is going to come down here, look for Sonar. They heard that he's very low, going to drop that Blizzard, and first blood going over to the side of BeefBois. Well done. Great communication by the teams. They're looking to just try and pick each other off, trying to find any advantage they can. A little bit, Popo Joe has paused the game now. So we'll bring it right back over to me. and we'll see what's happening this time round. We'll see if it is more lag, if somebody's just having an issue. You know, there's issues all over the country right now because um, Automatic Z saying our healer sounds like DJ Roomba. He's doing some fixes. So just a little bit more lag on the side of the blue team, and then they should be ready to go. When we're looking here, I think we can take a look at our level 4, because we talked about Varian's taunt. We didn't talk about anything else. So, lay that beat on us, DJ. Tassadar stacking, got 35 stacks of that static charge. Again, that will increase the damage of the shock ray. 18 stacks already on the Thunderstroke for Cassia. Meanwhile, Jaina has 10 stacks on the Fingers of Frost. Opted for that Frost Shard at level 4. So that's the Frost Bolt now pierces. So a little bit of extra wave clear, a little bit of extra damage. You know, maybe you can find somebody running away, running through the minion wave. You can still try to pick them off there. Interestingly, from Deckard, not going for rubies. Instead, we have Potion of Shielding coming out. Lurik has yet to pick their level 4, waiting for, I'm not sure what, as everybody else has picked it. Zool is going for that Grim Scythe, and it looks like the teams are ready to hop back in. So we'll go back into the game here. Down in the bottom, you can see Tribulation and Albatox getting that bottom camp, just trying to add all the pressure they can onto the members of Phoenix Rising there. Automatic Z is soaking while Sonar is recovering here. Sonar actually heading for this mid lane. Gonna try and pick off maybe somebody here with that Bone Prison. The point and click route really devastating anybody who is out of position. So makes sense, you know, if Cassia's got bottom, but it looks like they have returned down here to the bottom lane. Are going to see that Bruiser camp picked up by the side of Phoenix Rising. Top lane is just totally being controlled by BeefBois. We're going to see Smart Killer try to get in. Is going to be blind. They have 18 gems. Will not make it in. Northern Touch is going to continue to soak here. As we take a look, teams are pretty much dead even in the XP. Trying not to slide across the map looking at the XP, but it's not going to show it for me today. Gosh darn it. So, always the calm before the storm with the early couple of minutes of Tomb of the Spider Queen. We are going to see Smart Killer in a little bit of trouble there. Greymane, though, going to try and get onto Popo Joe. Silence comes out and ends up being Greymane who goes down first. Dirk got very low in the back. Great condemn by Johanna, but in the end is going to be able to get away. A trade out here, 1-1 for both of these teams, but in favor of the side of Phoenix Rising Diamond, who are now looking to turn those gems, and they already have 34 in. Automatic Z taking quite the knocker in there from Albatox on that Jaina. Not able to get much more in. They're going to try and look for the stun on Root Beer Guy. Not able to find it quite yet. Soda running right up to the gate. Ends up getting taunted, pulled into that gate, and will go down. Great play there by Dirk. They saw the opportunity. Zool so desperately looking for that Bone Prison, trying to change it for their fight, and ends up going down again. So now we should see potentially some more gems coming in from the side of BeefBois. They try to look for Northern Touch there, but are going to be unable to find them. Northern Touch going to try and interrupt Root Beer Guy, gets the condemn off. 16 and 17 on this tank and support here. They look for the taunt, but a great use of Iron Skin will deny that. Down in the bottom, we've seen a little bit of an interesting rotation. Automatic Z is getting this bottom lane while Zool harasses in the mid lane. Hopefully looking to gain a little bit more damage, maybe a little bit more kill pressure with that Bone Cage. It is going to be blue Web Weavers who end up turning in. You can see Automatic Z down here in the bottom was able to finally get that. So first Web Weavers of the game going over to Phoenix Rising Diamond. They're going to clear out these waves, make sure that those Web Weavies pushed up just as hard as they can. Looking to push up here in the top lane. Top lane, the favorite among most players, as this is the boss lane. So the extra damage you can get up here in the top really sticks and can make it even that much more devastating if you can find some late game plays. Front wall already has been poked down. Level 10 hit almost simultaneously for these teams. You can see everybody coming in. We're going to see Valkyrie come in. They find their way onto Root Beer Guy. Sleep comes out onto Stukov. Stay a while and listen. Really trying to shut him down, but Smart Killer and Albatox laying down the AoE there with the Gilnean Cocktail and that Blizzard, making sure that the healer is able to get out. Everybody presses their R's almost simultaneously and nobody able to find anything at all. In fact, this Sweat Weaver is going to be in a lot of trouble. Varian dives in. Out comes that cursed bullet. Dropping Babies will leave the game, which is an awful place to end up dropping. So gonna bring it back to me once again. Poor guy having some really hard times there. Once again, pause comes out and it looks like Tassadar. Poor Tassadar, not long for this world. 79 health is taunted, and you can understand the frustration that I'm sure Phoenix Rising is having here with these pauses and whatnot, just based on the fact that you know, it's so devastating when you're playing, everything's fine. It seems like they don't have any problems all day, and then all of a sudden the important game comes up and you end up lagging. So Phoenix Rising just having a little bit of a struggle here. Hopefully they'll be able to fix this with Dropping Babies restarting, and then they'll be able to go through. But a team fight especially the worst. You can see, as I said, Tassadar probably not going to survive this unless there's some kind of miraculous, amazing heal going to come out. But Northern Touch and Deckard Cain are up in the top side of the map, miles away from Tass here. So looks like Popo Joe will get a free trip back to base. On the other side, though, Albatox and Root Beer Guy are in a really devastating position. We've got 30 seconds on the Valkyrie left, and Root Beer Guy and Albatox are both sub 400 health, which is like about a third of their health bar, so they can find big bursts. Which, remember, Automatic Z playing the Cassia could definitely tune out, could make it for a really rough time. That's unlucky for the internet there. I hope, nevertheless, you guys are having a wonderful time. And, you know, if nothing else, you and I get a little bit more quality bonding time as you listen to me here. Again, just prattle on about all the things that are going on in the game. As soon as we have an update, I will let you guys know. But again, Dropping Babies is just going to restart here. And then we should be all set and good to go. So, yeah, what are you guys thinking so far? Looking at the predictions and, I'm looking here, and we had just a couple of people voting, and then a couple of channel points, as 110 points going over to Phoenix Rising Diamond. So I think I finally, I'm not, oh shoot. I did that wrong. I apologize. That's not how it was supposed to be. This is my first time doing a prediction, so, I thought it was like just showing you guys the results of the prediction, but it turns out that, I gave the win over to everybody who voted for, Phoenix Rising. So, I mean, lucky for you guys, considering only a couple people voted, and it was for Phoenix Rising, so it benefits you as opposed to, you know, negatively impacting somebody else. So, yeah, I hope you all enjoy your channel points. You know, you can now waste your points. You can, I don't know, give my dog a treat or something. So, we're just waiting for them to get back in, and then we'll be all set to go. And I feel like I should really be recording when this all went to heck, just because the teams do have 10 minutes of time, and then we'll have to continue no matter what the case is. So if we look, I'm gonna say that it was probably a minute for the first two, And then, let's see. 21. So we're at about 5 minutes right now. So the teams know if it gets closer and closer to that. Hello, Tetcher. What have you missed? So far, we're 6 minutes into the game, and it's been mostly pauses. Poor dropping baby is having a heck of a time with the internet lagging out and everything. So they are trying to get back in, and then we'll continue on with the game. And I realize I'm an observer, so if I want to try and type to them, I don't know if I can type to the teams. I don't know if only just to the observers. What's the issue? Dropping Babies is having connectivity issues. That's the issue. I mean, luckily we haven't missed anything too exciting. It's just a couple of ganks in the bot lane if you are just now joining us. And you know what? Why don't we go over the maps for anybody just now joining us? Because I see that our viewer count has grown a little bit. So while we're waiting, we'll go ahead and check out the maps here. As you can see, looking at the screen right now, the members of Phoenix Rising Diamond did opt to ban out Battlefield of Eternity and Volskaya Foundry. The members of BeefBois got rid of Alterac Pass and Garden of Terror. Our first map was picked by BeefBois, who lost the coin flip, and Phoenix Rising opted to go for first pick. So they were the map pick. They took us to Tomb, and now we're seeing a blow-up team fight comp versus a more map-oriented comp with some wave clear. So, sorry guys. I hope that this figures itself out relatively soon and we can get back to the games. Otherwise, you know what? We have another game in a couple of hours. We have one actually at 8 o'clock, which is in, well, 8 o'clock for me. It's an hour and a half from now. So I'm hoping this resolves itself soon because, you know, potentially 3 games to get through and an interview with an hour and a half to go before the next series. So might be cutting it a little bit close, but I feel like this is what happens every single time I grab a doubleheader. Unlucky. I really hope they can get their internet back. Like that's the big thing. You know, I'll make it work, but whatever happens. So yeah, we're just waiting for the teams to get ready. I'm gonna see if I can't actually figure out what's going on here. See if I can't ask for an update or if they can even see me type. Let's spell it correctly. Can they see it, or is it gonna be, you know, all of us just hanging out? Which is, you know, it's okay if it is. I like hanging out with you guys. We'll bring it back over here for just a minute. All right. Now Stukov has left the game. So that's, I mean, you know, ask for an update and that's what you get. Oof. All right. No healer game. Let's get it. 4v4. Let's go, says the teams. So hopefully everybody gets back in soon. I can't tell them that they're running low on time, which really stinks. I'm starting to see, you know, the value of the ref here. Sorry, I keep reaching over. I have a dog who's being a little bit of a stinker right now. And she wants the door open, but if the door is open, then you're going to hear my wild family just shouting and being loud because they don't know how to use their inside voices. And she she's always like a bag wrinkles, and she's like, better go. Alrighty. Oh no, they're saying sorry to me, but I can't say anything back. So, I know you guys don't care about my puppers, huh? Are you being a stinker? Are you a troublemaker? Alrighty. So, Dropping Babies is back. But now, okay, Root Beer Guy is back. BeefBois are ready. Hopefully have the countdown. And then, we'll go from there. And looking at the 30 mark, I believe that's probably all the time that they have for pauses. So I'll have to let them know when they got about 2 minutes left. So they said they're ready, and we should have a game back in a second. I'm so sorry, guys. Thanks for your patience. I promise, that this isn't my ingenious plan to just prattle on about nothing. So hopefully, Phoenix Rising will start soon because BeefBois have said that they are ready. All right, we're counting down. There we go. There we go. All right, let's try this again. Tassadar does end up going down here, so R.I.P. Popo Joe. Sound looks like some Scrooby snack moments. All right. So web weavers were cleaned out. As you guys can see, if you need a little bit of an update or you're just now joining us, you can see here that the members of Phoenix Rising did get the first turn in. They got the wall in all 3 lanes, but that's about all they got. Tassadar did end up going down. We're going to see Taunt coming out onto Automatic Z. Cursed Bullet comes as well. We're going to see Smart Killer end up going down. Durkadurk very low as well. Pink's coming out for him. Red Web Weavers turned in the meantime. Automatic Z also getting very low. And, you love to see the red Web Weavers coming out without Smart Killer on that gray main here to help out. It is going to be a little bit of an issue. He's one of the best siegers for the side of BeefBois. They still have Jaina, who does do pretty solid siege damage. You're going to see that Blizzard come out, instantly clear out that middle wave. But gray main being late to the party is going to be a little bit harder for BeefBois. We're going to see them trying to find their way on to Johanna. Big stun coming out. Blessed Shield as well as that Black Hole. Durkadurk very low, being focused down. That level 10 shield wall, though, going to get insane value. Numerous travesties avoided. Flailing Swipes will come out for Jinxeekatt. Now BeefBois are looking to push here in the middle lane. Durka has to be careful. We're going to see Skeletal Mages, not typically what we see from Zool, but really trying to get on that back line, come out and zone off the members of BeefBois. We're going to see that Electric Fence come out as well from Popo Joe. This Web Weaver in the middle, not very long for this world. Smart Killer once again hit by that Valkyrie. Going to try and get out, but great use of that Scroll of Sealing from Deckard Cain will send Smart Killer once again back to base for free. They're going to run away, not able to get much here on the side of BeefBois. Web Weavers have been cleared out. I don't know if you'd call this for better or for worse. As once again, we're going to see the Web Weavers come out. This time it is going to be on the side of Phoenix Rising Diamond. Now, you could argue that BeefBois got a little bit more value just thanks to the fact that they got a bunch of damage on that middle fort, but they weren't able to get as much damage in the top lane. You can see here that Phoenix Rising is going to look for this top lane advantage here as well. Greymane is back. Electric Fence once again coming out, and they have their eyes set here. Middle lane going to be pushed in just a tad. You can see on the minimap, Zool going to clear that. Big blind coming out to try and delay the pull here. A great combo once again. Poor Smart Killer would like to play the game, please. Blessed Shield and Valkyrie coming out. Not going to find the kill this time around, though. Jinxeekatt able to keep the team very healthy. They managed to get the Web Weaver cleared down, and once again, this top lane really well defended. This middle lane, though, not going to be nearly as lucky as the first fort of the game falls down. Condemn onto Durkadurk. Skeletal Mages will try to body block the very end from getting in, but the team is able to make it out safely. Bottom Web Weaver has been dealt with. You can see the bottom fort was also taken out down in the bottom, putting the structure advantage in the hands of Phoenix Rising. Tribulation going to try and just zone this out a little bit. Dropping Babies has left the game once again. We'll see if they are going to pause this time or if he's just going to come back. Deckard will head back to base. They're actually just going to ping it out and let him deal with it. They're going to ask for the pause. We'll see if he comes back, if we have to pause again. Oh, they're all out of pauses. All right, so Root Beer Guy gonna pause the game. 2 more remaining. I'll see if I can't get a whisper to one of them, letting them know that they just have a couple of minutes. So we're gonna go back to me again. I know you're tired of seeing me, but hi guys. Maybe I can get Lily to come over and do a trick for you or something while we wait, because I'm out of nonsense. There's no shield breaker. That's a good point, Psycho. All right. So we do have some teams that do have to leave soon, so they're gonna just let them know. Just heads up, hey guys, like we can't keep pausing this for too terribly long. So I apologize, guys. I know this isn't the map that you were hoping for. If I could do something to fix it, I would, because I know it is really frustrating for you. It's frustrating for the teams, and we all just want to watch some Heroes of the Storm. Seeing if it is a quick fix or if they're just going to be able to start the game again. All right. So, Phoenix Rising right now is saying they're out of pauses. It's up to the team. They're going to wait a little bit longer to see if we can't fix something up. So, Popo just saying that, you know what, just go ahead and count us in and we'll make work with what we have. You really, really hate to see it. I feel so bad for these teams. Both of them are having a really rough time here, just with time constraints, and then with the DCs and whatnot. So they're going to go without Deckard for right now. You're going to see the scroll come out there. Big Condemn coming out with this camp trying to push in. Red Web Weavers will be descending this time around. Going to have a little bit of a harder time in the middle lane. As you can see, it is fairly pushed out. And Tomb going to come out. Big taunt as well. But Leo going to be the first to go down thanks to that black hole. Dirk low in the back. We'll have to back it up. Zool not even here, so they're having a tough time in this 5v4. Again, going to see that cursed bullet come out. Silence onto Popo Joe. Tassadar is going to be the one to fall. Durka on top of the whole team, trying to find Automatic Z there. Unstoppable coming out for Johanna. Stay a while and listen from Deckard Cain. Going to catch 4 members. That's a bot, by the way. Automatic Z will be taunted. Smart Killer looking on top of them, and it's not going to be enough. Root comes out from Sonar, but it will not matter. Automatic Z will go down. Deckard going to be the next to fall here, and the Web Weavers will continue to push in. Deckard is attempting to join the game, so hopefully he'll be back in but a moment. Meanwhile, the red team has taken full control of this later game. We're going to see the top fort will go down. That middle fort headed down just a second ago. And now the keep is in some serious trouble. We're 16-16. And despite all the kills, despite all the silliness, the teams have managed to stay relatively in the same experience bracket here, which you can see BeefBois just a smidge above the members of Phoenix Rising Diamond. They're going to back up. They're going to look to bait the boss here. Deckard will be coming back. It is dropping babies. So they have rejoined the game. They'll be able to take this fight in the way that they intended. Taunt comes out. Entomb comes out. That's 3 members in the Entomb. Black Hole going to shut it down. Those Skeletal Mages also being dropped. Tacit are going to be the first to fall. Ruby Bio next to go down. Tribulation is very low, as is Dirk Albatox as well. The entire team running for their life. That is going to be a 4-man team wipe. Albatox trying to live. They sidestep for how long? Even the minions are on this case, and at this point they're just delaying the inevitable as Cassia finishes off Albatax. Red team has been dominated, and now we're going to see the members of Phoenix Rising start in on this boss. So they're going to look to continue to push in, make as much damage as they can. Leo, though, luckily has the Leo Ghost passive, so we'll be able to clear out some of these lanes that are pushing in pretty deep here. You can see bottom lane as well as mid very low. Only Popo Joe going down in that fight. So Tassadar has respawned now, is going to come in. It looks like they are finally going to pick up that that boss. 40 gems before webs can be turned in. You can see Popo Joe and Sonar and Droppin' Babies all looking to turn in, though, just to be prepared. Automatic Z not going to do the same. Fort will be taken by the boss. Meanwhile, though, Bruiser Camp was picked up. The Knights going over to the side of BeefBois, who now have to deal with this boss. You can see Smart Killer and Dirk jumping in, trying to get as much damage as possible in, but now the members of Phoenix Rising have come in and have to deal with this boss. They're just pushing away. Blessed Shield comes out, as does the Cassia ultimate there with the Valkyrie. Smart Killer, though, gonna get stuck on the wall, will save their life. Tribulation gets the Entomb onto Popo Joe. Stay a while and listen, going to shut down the engage. Big Condemn coming out. Smart Killer jumping back on the boss as the Keep is in trouble. Only going to see the kill onto Tassadar there as the team continues to chase while Smart Killer finish off the job of that boss. They're going to get the taunt out onto Automatic Z. Protected Fend coming out as is the level 16 trait. Automatic Z running for their life. Northern is low as well, though. Cassia will be the next to go down, and now the eye's been set on Northern Touch. Johanna, the off-screen death, she ran just a little bit too far from me. Now we're going to see the reverse domination potentially come out here from the side of BeefBois. Sonar the next to fall. That is going to be a 4-0 in favor of BeefBois, who now look to push this top keep themselves. They have a little bit of a stronger siege here with the Greymane and the Jaina. You can see Water Elemental has been summoned to get as much damage onto the keep as they can before the team re-summons. Smart Killer, though, getting very low. Out going to come that Scroll of Sealing from Deckard Cain. We do have the level 16 Scroll of Stone Curse. The extra damage can be really hard to deal with at this time. The keep has been taken. The members are happy with what they got, decided to back off, not wanting to press any further. 37 gems already picked up from the side of BeefBois, despite the fact that they did have a little bit of a run in there with losing all of their gems. Now seeing that the camp can't be dealt with, we are going to see BeefBois claim that as well, just trying to get as much value as they can on the map. They know having that heroic advantage not going to allow Phoenix Rising Diamond to push in here. So with this camp, they're going to look for middle lane, try to push everybody away. Though seeing that the whole team is here, they know that the team fight is absolutely insane on the side of Phoenix Rising Diamond as well. They're just going to back off, look to get the turn in. They have 46 gems once again. In fact, actually going to forego the turn in, not trying to get that chip damage in. Instead, opting to look for this bottom fort, trying to even up the structures a little bit. And as they grab this bottom fort, they will actually be ahead with only 2 structures remaining on the side of Phoenix Rising. Of course, that being the bottom and middle keep. Dirk going to come in, look to harass and turn in. Water Elemental was dropped. Pangs of Retreat coming out from the side. Johanna going to be caught in that level 20, buried alive. Silence coming out from Root Beer Guy. Joe going to be the first to go down. Great use of that Stay Wild and Listen, but an even better use of the Controlled Chaos from Root Beer Guy there, interrupting Deckard at the last possible second, not allowing that Stay a While to fully connect. So nobody going to be slept for very long. And now without Joe, we could be seeing the beginning of the end here, chat. Dirk looking for this back line, not finding anyone quite yet. They're on the core. Popo Joe and Automatic Z, though, do a lot of damage. In fact, Dirk going to be the first to fall here. Tribulation very slow. Tassadar finally finishing that level 1 Control Chaos onto Root Beer Guy, going to knock everybody back for a 3rd time. They've used all 3 charges, and now the Root will come out. Root Beer Guy trying to heal themselves up. They do have that biotic armor, so end up trading out Greymane for Cassia. Automatic Z and Smart Killer make it a 2, as it is now a 2 for 2. Automatic Z going down there as well, and thanks to both assassins being dead, we are going to see another attempt at the core here. The members are low. They're going to look now for Albatox on the Jaina. Uses the ice block to try and break free. The only use of the flailing swipe available there to Root Beer Guy was popped. Stay a while and listen comes out, dropping baby, so getting very low. Albatox, despite the low health, looking for that kill onto Deckard, but Deckard is a bruiser too. Jaina is going to end up falling. Root Beer Guy pinging assistance, pinging retreat, 55 gems onto Tribulation, but thanks to that Wraith Walk is just going to zoom away unscathed, and a very, very long team fight finally coming to a close. The end is not here yet for Phoenix Rising, who are able to defend against the members of BeefBois. BeefBois now just having to deal with the cleanup of some of these lanes that are pushing hard. Blue Web Weavers will be picked up. Now, as you can see, despite a couple of heroes going down, all the gems were able to be picked up. Gems from some of those deaths also added to the pot, and now we're going to have a pretty big wave to deal with down here in the bottom lane, and it's kind of equalized in mid. You can see Popo, Joe, and friends trying to just gun this out, making sure their Web Weavers go as far as they can. Top most likely won't get a whole lot of value thanks to not having that keep there, but still a silver lining for Phoenix Rising, who are looking to push in on this middle keep now. Web Weaver still very healthy. All the members of BeefBois have respawned. They're going to just try to push away, see if they can't look for this keep, potentially the end of the game. Northern Touch going in with the connect, not finding any of the heroes just yet. Level 20 online for both these teams. Now you can see we have the respect for the elderly for dropping babies. A silence after that sleep comes out. There's the Valkyrie combo. Blessed Shield comes out. Stay while and listen. And Tomb has also been dropped. Silence onto Popo. Joe not able to get much besides that black hole out. Big pots though from Deckard Cain, keeping everybody alive. Northern Touch looking for the protection on that backline. Smart Killer and Dirk very low. Tribulation trying to skate away. They're looking to try and save this bottom keep thanks to that Web Weaver and that big wave. A bottom will go down. Middle keep is being completely ignored now by the members of Phoenix Rising, who would like to end the game. We have that Banner of Swiftness from Varian, given the extra movement speed to the team, being targeted now, even going for that Vigilance actually at level 1, not opting for the extra healing inside the banner, just wanting to get as many taunts down as possible. But when you have something like Tassadar on the enemy team, it makes a lot of sense. Phoenix Rising backs off for the time being, and now BeefBois looking to bait this boss here. You can see they're showing on the wave. We're going to have Tassadar Oracle scout out that the boss is being baited. It's not actually being taken quite yet, and with that, the members of BeefBois going to look to do something a little bit more productive with their time. They know this bottom siege camp is pushing, so they're on a clock. Duel for the night camps could commence. The teams are just playing so meticulously. One team fight will end this for one of these teams. It just depends on who gets the upper hand in this game number 1. So red team is able to get the Web Weavers turned in, and this is really rough for Phoenix Rising Diamond. This is a big push coming out. Both of the night camps have been taken. Now the teams are just looking to try and end the game. You can see here in the middle is where the teams are looking to go. They have this web camp. They have this night camp. They want to just try and end it here. That extra spell power really going to be crucial against Tassadar, against Cassia's spells, against the big combo that the members of Phoenix Rising have been trying to put down. Lurk going in with that ominous Wraith, reducing the damage of Phoenix Rising. It's been working out so far with these combos, making sure that Smart Killer doesn't get downed if they are picked up by that Valkyrie. The Web Weaver is only sitting at about half, but the rest of the team will be here soon. Top Web Weaver very close. Bottom will most likely not get the value that I'm sure the teams are hoping for. We're going to see the stun come out onto Tribulation, who does end up going down. Stay a while and listen, and the Black Hole have also been used as well. They're trying to get the knockbacks thanks to those massive swipes coming out from Stukov. And with that, despite getting a fantastic Web Weaver, not much more is going to be achieved. Middle was defended. The keep does not fall yet. In fact, it's basically unscathed. Top cleared out fairly easily, and now it's all down to bottom. Again, one team fight can turn the tide for these teams. Very back and forth game number 1. Dirk going to take a lot of damage, but able to stay safe thanks to that protection. Another beautiful, massive swipe coming out from Jinxeekatt thanks to that controlled chaos. Now the fight going even longer. 38 gems on the side of BeefBois. They have to get 65 if they want to turn in. Only 30 on the side of Phoenix Rising as well, who again have just lane chores to deal with, trying to make sure that, you know, another web weaver doesn't mean the end for them. Boss is the big contestant, and oh my goodness, oh no, the teachers, oh no, Northern Touch. They went to try to get the interrupt, and as such, ended up going down. Great plays by BeefBois, and now they're right on top of this boss. The members of Phoenix Rising can see that they know they have to make a play. 4v5. The boss is incredibly low thanks to the high siege damage of Greymane. Dirk going to try and zone folks away. Wall comes out. Stay a while. Will be interrupted. Jinxeekatt will be the first to fall in this team fight. Cassia and Greymane going down simultaneously. Zool is the next to fight. Popo Joe will take out Dirk. Albatox and Tribulation, the only two left. Dropping babies and Popo Joe the other side, but that's a boss headed straight to core. We're going to see out comes the buried alive into Mondo Popo Joe. That's a lot of Jaina damage, and we could be looking at the end here, chat. Water Elemental is back online. Dropping babies. Remember, Deckard is a bruiser too. Tribulation is low, but I don't know that Deckard has the damage they need to sustain here. They have the healing, but it's not going to be enough. Johanna might be able to stop Tribulation. They do not connect with that spooky ghost hand, but it may not be enough. Water Elemental has gone down. Tribulation has to be careful. Albatox zoning for their friend. There's 49% left on the core, though. Northern Touch can do nothing as game number 1 goes over to BeefBois. GG's come out. Crazy game number 1, and that's what we like to see, friends. We'll bring it over to our match statistics. 16-19, a very close game for both of these teams. But ultimately, BeefBois having the upper hand with that Johanna pick in the late game, able to get the boss. And look at the game time, folks. 26.5 minutes. That's no baby 5-minute boss. That's a real big boy. Losing that team fight on the boss, there was really nothing they could do from that point forward. Northern Touch trying to go in, trying to save the day, but in the end, it just wasn't enough. Great use of the Greymane Jaina variant comp there from BeefBois, especially against something like a Tassadar, which basically has to root himself every time he wants to use an ability. Really tries to stand still a lot, and they were able to just capitalize on that. Great job to both the teams here. We'll take a look at the talents really quickly as we get set up for the next series. Alrighty, looking for any talents that do catch our eye. Cassia going for the Inner Light at level 4, so that's activating to heal 25% of your maximum health. Did end up going for the Surge of Light as well. So, a couple of different actives there, able to, you know, do the damage, get the healing, try to keep himself some sustain with dropping babies, having a little bit of the age that they have, but also in some of those fights, being able to focus more on, you know, say Tassadar, who was so heavily focused in that game. Looking here as well, Aussie and Renewal for Leoric, which I'm pretty sure is a fairly standard talent across the board. Looking for anything else? Icy Veins. Yeah, all looks good. Went for the Northern Exposure as opposed to the Root from that Bone Chill for Jaina at level 16. So enemies in the Cone of Cold have their armor lowered by 20, and then their damage, of course, that means is increased by 20% for those 2 seconds. So typically we see the Root coming out from Jaina at level 16, but this time around looking just for that instant burst damage. You can see where it really paid dividends. I'm sure the question on everybody's mind is the Mortal Strike from Varian, not opting for the Shield Smash at level 13 against Johanna, against May. You know, that's kind of almost what we consider to be a crucial talent pick. It's one of the main reasons you pick Varian into Johanna, able to get rid of her Unstoppable and just the click of a button. But today, not going to be the case. When for the all-around encompassing team fights as opposed to that Shield Smash. So, looks like we have another game ready. I'm going to bring us over here as we update everything for our teams. I hope you all are having a wonderful time in our best of 3 series. So, we'll head on over to Soothsayer here and update. BeefBois did take game number 1. So, let's go ahead and update that bad boy. Picked by red, won by red. And it looks like game number 2 is not where I need to be. So I'm actually going to leave this game as this is not my Phoenix Rising game that I thought I was going to be in. Whoopsie daisy. We're going to go ahead and update that anyway. That's the problem with having so many gosh darn Phoenix Rising teams is I see PR and then I don't even look. I'm like, ah, yes, this is for me. So we'll see where we're going to go. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Because if we have a game number 3, we might be in a little bit of trouble as we only have an hour before the members of BeefBois do have to head off. But, you know, we'll get there in the end. If you're just now joining us, then welcome, welcome. My name is Jinxeekatt. I will be your caster this evening. We're taking a look at the map selection here. As you can see, the members of Phoenix Rising did win the coin flip. They opted for first pick, so our map pick went over to the side of BeefBois, who picked and won Tomb of the Spider Queen. The members of Phoenix Rising opted to ban away Battlefield of Eternity and Volskaya Foundry, while the members of BeefBois got rid of Alterac Pass and Garden of Terror. We're waiting on our second game so we can continue to see if this is going to be, you know, best of 3. If we're just going to, well, it is a best of 3. If we're going to go to game number 3, or if we are going to go to just a 2 and done, quick and easy. And it looks like we finally do have that pick here. So game number 2 is going to be on Dragonshire, which is kind of hilarious because that is the probably second longest map in the game outside of Tomb of the Spider Queen. Once again, that was picked by BeefBois. I know the teams know that we are ready, and then we can hop in for our second game. Meanwhile, you know, I'm looking at the chat right now, and this is really hilarious because we have 3 Phoenix Rising teams playing this evening, and I'm doing a I'm doing a doubleheader tonight, so we'll have another Phoenix Rising game later this evening in Phoenix Rising Emerald. So all the Phoenixes are getting out of bed tonight. Teams are saying there are, but you know, just go ahead and get the game started. I'm going to bring it back over to myself because I know the second that I do, the teams will swap over to the map screen. In fact, yep, you can hear it there. That's the sound of Dragonshire. So why don't we get started, get headed in to game number 2. Why do you rue? Why must you always want to go in and out when I am casting? I apologize, guys. I have a very needy daughter who makes it her mission to just yell whenever the door is shut. And then as soon as the door is open, she doesn't want to go into it. So once again, you can see that the teams have done a little bit of research. They respect some of these heroes. We're going to see Hanzo banned out once again by the side of Phoenix Rising Diamond. And you know what? While we're waiting for these map bans to come in, why don't we try another prediction? And this time we'll do it right. So all of you who got that prediction, who ended up, you know, who will win game 2? As we're going to see Crummy banned out here. Go ahead and start that prediction. You have 5 minutes. Alrighty, yep, we'll confirm in a minute. Prediction has started. So based on what we know, who do we think is going to take game number 2? Diablo, once again, will be banned out by the side of Phoenix Rising. Not sure if this is just because, again, another insane hero pick on the map, or if there was a little bit of research that went into Phoenix Rising. Cassia going to be banned out this time by BeefBois. Was played exceptionally well in that first game. The teams want nothing to do with it, so get her out of here. First pick, once again, going over to Phoenix Rising. What could they be opting for? See if they maybe want to go with a safe tank again, if they're looking to grab something else here instead. And it's going to be Rexar coming out this time from Sonar. Now, again, Sonar, the offlane player, no duh. Going to go for that really strong point sustain, able to really just beat out whoever is going to be in that back line. But Tribulation, our other offlane, our other coolest and most attractive player, is going to go for the Hogger as it was not banned out. Sukov once again for Root Beer Guy, making my life easy. Tychus coming in this time for Automatic Z, and Northern Touch going for that namesake buff and opting to pick up the Mei. Looking really to just rush people down and zone them out. Automatic Z on that Tychus this time around. Looking to chunk out big frontliners. Now, Stukov and Hogger, obviously both melee heroes, so will fall victim to that minigun. They have pretty decent sized health pools. Deckard will be banned away from dropping babies. They had some absolutely insane sleeps in that game number 1. So, it makes sense. Deckard, really devastating. Get him out of here. What will Phoenix Rising now ban? A couple of strong heroes still available. Tank could be targeted once again. Johanna, very strong hero. We see a little bit more Mal'Ganis on this map just because they are such long sustained fights. But it's actually going to be Greymane who is taken away. This time a little bit of respect going out to a Smart Killer who is not going to be that big bad wolf this time round. We'll see what they opt for instead. Varian combo is still looking like a potential here. The Varian shield throw is good onto that Mei. So potentially, if it's not broke, don't fix it with some adaptations. But it looks like Dirk is going to answer back with their own zone clear with that Johanna. And then Smart Killer going to be Raynor this time around, being able to just safely poke from the back lane. Nobody ever said I don't want a Raynor on my team just because they offer so much value from so far away. And ever since the rework, he's a pretty good hero. Being able to use that adrenaline rush whenever you feel that you need to does make for a stronger hero. Deathwing, though, going to be picked up. Double dragon here. Popo Joe on the Deathwing. Like, you know what? You wanted to mess with me? You wanna bully me and chunk me out? How about I make that much more difficult? Brightwing will be picked up for dropping babies. Being able to teleport the map anywhere. Sylvanas will be the pickup for Albatox. And this is going to be kind of tough, I think, for the members of BeefBois. They really don't have anything to deal with Deathwing. Now, a friendly reminder to folks that the level 1 Banshee's Curse talent, where if you have 3 stacks of Banshee's Curse, you get that percentage damage onto a hero, only works if the hero is slow, because 3 stacks of Banshee's Curse does mean you get the slow, and that's where the percentage damage comes in. Seeing as Deathwing cannot be slowed, you don't actually get that percentage damage coming out onto that Deathwing. So a fun little fact for anybody who is still confused about that. But obviously, Sylvanas' percentage damage is not the only reason that you pick her. It is because she is also absolutely insane at pushing and is a really good sustained damage dealer. Alrighty, now that we've covered everything, why don't we head into our second game of the evening? I have my pop-ups all ready to go. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, over here on the left, it's going to be Phoenix Rising Diamond with Northern Touch on the Mei. Dropping babies will be your Brightwing. We're going to see Popo Joe on the Deathwing. Sonar going to be that Rexar. Automatic Z on the Tychus. And I feel like I forgot somebody, but maybe I didn't. I think that's everyone. Over on the side of the red team, we're going to see BeefBois with Jinxeekatt on that Johanna, Smart Killer on the Rainer, Root Beer Guy going to be that Stukov, Albatox is your Sylvanas, and Tribulation will be that Hogger, bringing up the talents. We look to fight in this mid lane. Interestingly enough, nobody going for a quest at level 1. Hogger going for the On the Prowl, activating to gain the rage, the extra healing. It can be a really difficult time to deal with because Hogger just heals indefinitely in lane, which makes it very hard for the team. Sylvanas is going for that overwhelming affliction. Again, that won't affect Deathwing in terms of percent damage, but it is still very good for folks like Northern Touch on the Mei or Rexar in the top. And speaking of the top, why don't we look at our coolest and most attractive players? Sonar on that Rexar and Tribulation on the Hogger, who are just dueling it out. You know, they forego their screen time so that we can have XP. We're going to see a little bit of a Misha stun come out there. Hog Wild for harass onto Sonar. See the little bit of heal coming out as it is a full rage bar there for Tribulations. Smart Killer and Avatox going to grab this camp. Lightning fact. Tychus and Brightwing not as fast of a clear. You can see Northern Touch has come to assist as well. Root Beer Guy says, what's going on over there? Immediately we're going to see that Blizzard drop to zone folks away and camp taken as well for the blue team. May replacing the true ice tank. That's right. There can be only one. Death Knight skin or not. The one true carry is that Arthas. So we are going to see Dragon Knight in favor of blue team here for a moment. Popo Joe just trying to zone away the minions in the middle lane. Smart Killer headed up to try and stall out. Bottom lane is being contested. Jinxeekatt getting very low. Teleport coming into Northern Exposure. Are going to see very low Stukov go down as Root Beer Guy is going to be first blood. Deathwing has brought himself down, and we're really going to struggle, I feel, in this 4v3 as Deathwing able to zone folks away. In fact, Albatox had to deal with this middle lane. She doesn't clear as fast as Popo Joe here, so they do have an opportunity to run down a little bit faster than Albatox. Albatox, though, has discovered the power of the right click. So many folks in Storm Division haven't figured that, Storm League, not Storm Division, haven't figured that out. That you actually can step out of the fire. It is 100% okay to do that. Down in the bottom, another team fight breaking out. Brightwing will end up going down to Rainer. Automatic Z and Northern Touch very low. They have to back out. This camp still pushing away for the red team. Black arrows coming out to try and get as much damage as possible onto this bottom gate. In fact, we are going to see the first tower go over to the red team here. Make it two. Finally, those black arrows come to an end. Great telly in by Brightwing at the last minute, able to save Automatic Z's life. Going to look for Popo Joe now this time around. Lots of damage coming out thanks to Jinxeekatt and Albatox. Remember that Banshee's Curse still does extra bonus damage to Deathwing, just not the percentage damage. So he is going to lose one plate there, going for a fairly standard Deathwing build with that Molten Blood and then the Infernus. Level 7 for both teams. Northern Touch going for the build we're seeing more and more these days, opting for that cold front as opposed to the cryo freeze cooldown reduction and then the skating away, which is the bonus movement speed and armor. 50 armor is absolutely nuts on a team. So just trying to keep everybody nice and safe for the time being. As you heard in the middle lane there, Sylvanas has opted for the possession, so we'll continue to just push away in these laves, helping her against Deathwing in the middle lane. She has to keep rotating up. Once again, this Dragon Knight has gone over just for a split second to the red team. Up in the top, the Rexar is so hard to steal the point from. Tribulation going to get it for the time being, but it's looking like it's going to be difficult for the teams to try and pick this up either way. We're going to see Automatic Z and Northern Touch chase out Jinxeekatt. Camps do need to be taken. You can see the first one was taken over here on the right-hand side. They're going to look to push with it. Sylvanas, though, has chores once again. Will not be able to push quite yet. It did not opt for that Mercenary Queen, though, so not the end of the world. Jinxeekatt and Albatox bullying Popo Joe so very much. Has to step back. Will look to take to the sky here in just a moment. Back there he goes. Goodbye, Deathwing. down in the bottom. It's a full-out bloodbath as the teams again just looking to find each other. Condemn comes out blind onto Tychus, using that spray and pray to try and find these heroes. So far, not able to look for anybody just yet. In fact, Root Beer Guy with this level 1 biotic armor, despite the nerf, is still keeping everybody nice and healthy. You can see the constant armor coming out from those heals. Big heals should be up in a moment. Out comes that weighted pustule. Silence dropped for a moment. Root Beer Guy spent. Could be an opportunity for Phoenix Rising to engage. They find the stun onto Albatox, who ends up running top as opposed to going down, completely baiting Popo Joe. Level 10 now found for the members of Phoenix Rising Diamond. See if there's anything absolutely unusual here, and it doesn't look like we have anything really abnormal at all. Blink Hero for Brightwing, Bellowing Roar, all very standard. Boars for Rexar. One of these days, Bestial Wrath will return to the meta, but currently not the case. Here in the mid lane, Albatox better be careful. Automatic Z looking to finish him off, but they've already thrown that grenade, so not going to find the kill just yet. Heroic abilities picked up as well for BeefBois. Again, everything fairly standard. Ice Wall going to come out. We see that Koi Pond come out from Deathwing as well. Here's the big wombo that they're looking for, as Sylvanas does drop that Wailing Arrow. In fact, several heroics use. Hyperion coming out just to deal extra damage. Root Beer Guy going to die to Popo Joe and that Molten Breath. The rest of them running for their lives as fast as they can. Johanna already used that Blessed Shield. Cataclysm coming in as the true heroic is spent now. Smart Killer very low in the back. Grenade just for good measure. Get out of here. But 1 for 1. Support is traded out for tank. Northern Touch not able to get out of that fight. Smart Killer going to start on this bottom camp. Jinxeekatt going to hold the point just for a moment before being chased away. And in fact, seeing both of these teammates come up here to harass Johanna, Smart going to take off from that bottom camp and look to find Automatic Z and dropping babies. Both these teams have relatively short cooldowns on most of their heroic abilities, so they can't continue to just spam them. In fact, Blessed Shield will be up here in just a moment, so we could potentially see Jinxeekatt try to make a play with that. Togger in the top finally uses their Horde of Hold. I was going to say yet to use it, but jumps in, trying to get on top of Sonar, using that Hog Wild to try and chase down the Hunter himself. Gets the stun thanks to that Q. Rexar, though, able to throw the bird. Tribulation's not going to find the kill just yet. We're going to see Ice Wall come out here down in the bottom lane as a fight beckons over for this camp. Out comes the Blessed Shield from Johanna. Teleport used. Brightwing going to get that polymorph off to save the team. Bellowing Roar onto Jinxeekatt. They're surrounded by the whole team. Does not have the Iron Skin anymore. And Jinxeekatt going to be the first to fall here. The camp was claimed by the members of BeefBois, but a great use of the Bellowing Roar ends up costing them their tank player. Northern Touch, though, has to be careful. Stepping up a little far. And as a friendly reminder, you know, Raynor is absolutely no chump. Is able to do quite a bit of damage from a safe distance. So, just going to continue harassing. Out comes the Hyperion to dissuade team from getting on this point. I'm actually going to stay in it for a surprisingly long amount of time, walking with the Hyperion, not necessarily having to worry about this shrine, just because they already have made claim to it. Sylvanas has come up to help Tribulation in the top. Albatox looking to get a little bit more damage with that possession, trying to help out with the wave. Sonar has to back off. They don't want to take this 2v1. Smart Killer starting on the Knights, and it looks like BeefBois are going to try and pressure the teams out here with camp. So bottom camp, though, was taken by Phoenix Rising, who are just going to continue pushing along, try and even out this bottom board. Jinxeekatt taking quite a bit of damage from the Molten Breath. Level 13 online. And this is where Popo Joe is going to start doing quite a bit of damage with that Q. Are going to see Tychus drop that Commandeer Odin. We'll take a look at the talents once again, as it looks like this fort is going to be the #1 priority for both the teams. Once again, that lava coming out from Deathwing. At level 7, we even went for that Death Drop, getting extra damage from the drop. It's going to be Root Beer Boy going down here. He did leave the game right as it happens. You hate to see it. So Stukov having a little bit of connect issue. Battle of the DCs, both supports not wanting to be in this game. He is going to rejoin a moment later. So a temporary lag spike ends up costing him his life. You hate to see it. Hello, Tyka showing real AA hero and shouldn't have ult. Hogger has completed that quest. Up in the top, though, will fall down to Rexar. Do have that 2v2 going on. Automatic Z rotated up, and with that minigun just too strong for our dear Knoll friend. 16 is available for the team. Now we're just going to see the continuous battle for this bottom lane. It's where everything is. Durka is going to have to pop the unstoppable as they get caught in the blizzard. Camp has been taken down here. It is going to go over to the members of PRC for the moment. They're going to back it up on BeefBois. And we could be looking at the first Dragon Knight of the game. You can see Albatox rotating, trying to avoid anybody getting too much damage. Dropping BBs has left the game. Oh no, neither support wants to play tonight. We've hit kind of that Dragonshire lull 11 minutes into the game. BeefBois do not want to engage, seeing as they don't have 16. Albatox continuously trying to just get the XP in this wave, but it's so hard with Popo Joe being able to clean so very quickly. Icewall will come out as the invade once again comes in onto this bottom camp. It will go over to the side of PRD this time round. Not going to be able to save it out this time. Icewall came out. Brightwing has rejoined the game. And it's just slow chip damage all around from Phoenix Rising. The supports just leave it mid-game. They wanted to play Assassin. They got stuck in the supports. They're like, you know what? You forget this. Just like your Storm League games. Bottom lane taken by BeefBois. Everybody just playing so cautiously. You can see no unnecessary fights really being taken. It's all about stalling this mid lane and trying to find these shrines. Up in the top, Tribulation will have a small lead down here on this shrine. They end up using the Hog Wild to try and find Sonar here, but Sonar once again just going to hop back onto this point. At least try to stall it out so there is going to be no channel in the middle lane. Gosh darn it. 2 members going to be picked off by Sylvanas there. Definitely Cataclysms in. Is able to use that Bellowing Roar to chase folks away. Molten Breath coming out to dissuade folks. But again, they know how to back away. Durka going to take a lot of damage passing that conflagration on to their friends. Ping is coming out for this bottom fort. They've been waiting so long. Black Arrows is online. They don't want to let it go, and this time they will finally get the fort. They're looking to try and harass Popo Joe. The Molten Breath, though, is at level 16. The conflagration is just doing the Lord's work. In fact, Sonar has come to the middle to try and avoid this Dragon Knight being taken. More stuns coming out. Root Beer Guy, though, able to safely avoid it. Now it's all about grabbing this dragon. Albatox is going to grab the dragon. Rexar will die as a result of trying to stall that out. Middle should be the biggest point of contention right now. They want to try and open up this map a little more to look for that end. Before 15 or 14 minutes into the game, not going to be long for this world. They take it just to get priority on the next Dragon Knight. Now the teams are going to look to continue pushing in the bottom, making it even harder for the bottom shrine to be defended. All calculated smart play from BeefBois. Keep wall will go down. Tychus finally popping that Commandeer Odin. Dragon Knight still 50% health as they start wailing on the keep. Hyperion coming out just to aid. Popo Joe being harassed by 3 members in the back. Dragon Knight getting low. Big kick onto Northern Touch, not wanting to get the engage out as the Ice Wall will interrupt the dragon as well. The only thing that stops an unstoppable target, interestingly enough, is stop. So those stasises do affect the Dragon Knight as well. Hogger down here with that insane wave clear is going to find this bottom camp. Popo Joe tries to see what's going on down there, but it's just a little bit too slow thanks to that Deathwing 1 second delay between every ability. That coupled with, you know, as fast as Hogger does take the camp. Going to be him gonna miss out on that camp. And right now, it's all about camps. You can see both teams looking to grab these camps here. Thank you guys for the follows. That actually is for Nexus Gaming series. So if you followed me this evening and I haven't seen it, then I sincerely apologize. But welcome to the stream. And those of you who are supporting NGS as the Storm Division is happening right now, then thanks to you guys as well. Camps, camps, camps. That's the name of the game. Bottom camp being taken by BeefBois. In the top, Rexar going to come down, looking to fight over this bottom shrine here. The camp actually being left alone. Level 20 online for both teams. Stood in the fire coming out from Deathwing. It's all fire built. That's a lot of damage. Going to go in with that Cataclysm. They're going to find 2 members in the Ice Wall. Blizzard comes out as well. Polymorph coming out on to Jinxeekatt, but the silence beautifully hits 2 members. Smart Killer will end up going down regardless. Hogger going to be the next on the chopping block. That is going to be the members in a lot of trouble here. Northern Touch has to back away. They are low. 2 for nothing, though, in favor. Make it 3 as Sylvanas is the next to go down. Automatic Z is very low, but dropping babies, keeping them nice and healthy. Johanna will go down now as well with only Root Beer Guy alive, and my mouse starting to bug out. It wants to show you the blue side of the map. This should most certainly be a Dragon Knight headed over to the side of Phoenix Rising Diamond. They're looking for this keep now, trying to even out the score a little bit. And for terms of forts here, 4 to 5 and forts in favor of the members of BeefBois currently. Now, if this game goes down, that will change. I think most teams would agree they'd rather have all 3 keeps than 2 forts and 2 keeps. Only Root Beer Guy available. Hogger will be back in a moment. The silence coming out just for the second. They try to catch him with the virulent reaction, but not going to be the case. The DPS has respawned. Popo Joe has to back off now. Hogger jumping in with a Hortipole. That is going to be the camp going down. And oh no, 2 members caught. Hogger in the hog while they're looking for Root Beer Guy. Cataclysm into the core, into the key. Popo Joe may have sealed their death as the rest of the team can't chase after them and they can't heal them. Lots of damage coming out onto Deathwing. A little bit of body block by Automatic Z, but the Tychus will be able to get the peel for their friend to escape. Dragon Knight was picked up by Rexar in the meantime, and now the Dragon is headed for the core. Is this going to be the end of the game? May looking to try and just continuously blind Sylvanas. Going to see Brightwing get very low, but does not end up going down. Willing Arrow comes out. May gonna be the first to fall. Popo Joe has returned, but they are immediately shredded by the high damage of the Executioner. Rainer's level 20 coming in clutch there. Both frontline big boys will go down. Misha Bear potentially next, but it looks like those camps are just a little bit too important. Phoenix Rising going to try and get their own camp, but backing off, realizing they do not want to take the 5v3. In fact, neither camp being addressed here by either team, as it looks like Durka is just going to try and tank out this keep, and the keep will be traded over on the side of the blue team. Red team looking for the core here. It's just Squishy backline and Rexar, who isn't the most known for dealing damage. So Automatic Z going to continue to harass Tribulation back there with that, with the use of that minigun. Not going to be enough. Hog Wild coming out with that no control. Going to end up costing Hogger his life, but 38% on the core and falling fast. Icewall comes out as May has respawned 14%. Dropping babies, trying to keep everybody alive, but not going to be the case. As game number 2 and your series goes over to BeefBois. GG's and well played. We'll take a look at this score screen and then we'll hop in for an interview with BeefBois. A very close game once again, 8-10, 19 minutes, and thank goodness for all ended before either the team or myself had to leave. I always hate leaving a series unfinished, but tonight we'll get to do that. So here are the stats. As you can see, 77k on automatic. See, lots of damage on that minigun, but ultimately not enough. We'll take a look at the talents as we get settled for our interview, and then we will we'll chat to the friends, talk to them about their game. So where is my soothsayer? There it is. We'll update this team score screens. There we go. Boop. Big 2-0 is in Division A East tonight. Alrighty, I'm going to bring it back to the map screen so anybody who's just joining us can take a look at what happened tonight. The 2-0 victory in favor of BeefBois. We're going to get an interview in with them in just a second here. And then remember, folks, don't go away as we will have another series coming up in about 30 minutes. So grab a snack and be right back right after this interview. I'm going to hop in with the teams and we'll get chatting. See if any of them are in a lobby already. It doesn't look like they are, so I'm going to head to lobby 1, and then I'll just whisper. The root beer guy is the captain. I'll whisper them and let them know. All right. So see if they have an opportunity to chat with us, or if they're just running a little bit too behind schedule after that game. Hopefully we'll get the interview, and if not, then we'll get ready for our second series of the evening. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful time. Remember, guys, if you are, please consider dropping a follow for your girl, Jinxie. I do this all the time. All right, the team's already here, so we'll talk about that in a second. Hi, guys. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, man. So, heck of a series, but not necessarily for the reasons we were expecting, I think.
Oh, yeah. I do feel bad because I really don't know how much Deckard played in game 1. I don't know how much he played in game 2.
Yeah.
I think he spread it over to me because I lagged out like 3 times in the second game too. So, man, a weird night for HOTS.
Right.
I just hit things.
Yeah,
you know.
Definitely. So unfortunate, for the teams, as somebody who's definitely been there and been in a series that was so bad, because, you really only have about 10 minutes, which they ended up using before you had to go on, and you having to play with a bot, like that can really be devastating. But,
Yeah, under normal circumstances, like, we don't have a problem with the waiting. It was Trib, who's here with me. He has work at 10 o'clock. So, like, he has to go. And we're already using, one of our starting players is already not playing. Right. So we're already using a sub from our 6th person on our roster. We don't have a 7th. So then I'd have to try and find a 7th player to even play in game 3 if there was a game 3. Yeah. So we needed to just get it along. I do feel bad, but it is what it is.
I mean, I completely understand, and I don't think anybody is upset with you guys for what you needed to do, because that being said, one thing I wanted to talk about is, despite the connection issues that both teams were having, I mean, they almost had you a couple times in game number 1. So if you guys just want to talk about that, because you ended up taking us to Tomb of the Spider Queen, is that just a preference for your guys' team? Is it something you feel comfortable? Tell me about the map pick.
I got this. We came into the chat and Rob here was like, "Hey, we're going to Tomb of the Spider Queen," and then we're like, "Okay."
Yeah. The map that we wanted to go to got banned out. I'm not going to say which, but so at that point I just made a captain's decision to pick this map. I think we're best on maps where you focus as a 4-man team fight and then let Trib do a lot of his soaking, because he's pretty safe. And so I think Tomb is really good at. I think Tomb is really good at that. So it just let us kind of play to our game.
Right.
I'm not safe.
And as for like a couple times where they like came back at us, I remember one time we were baiting boss, and somehow we got all black holed.
Yeah.
And they had this massive team wipe, and at that point, we felt like we were no longer in control of that game, and it was we needed to turn it around.
Yeah, that was really scary, and that was one of the things I wanted to bring up, because, I mean, you guys, you picked the Johanna, you immediately, you know, you go for that boss, they come in, you all get black holed. What were comms like? Because most of you go down, and then Alvatox and Trib just turn around and wipe their whole team.
That was, they were telling us to get out, and I said no.
And
then Alvatox is like, hey, we got kills here, and then we did it.
Yeah,
it's pretty simple.
just kill them, forehead, easy.
Yeah, it's just why don't you just do that? That's how you win the game.
Yeah, so game number 1, it was a little bit spicy, but then, you know, you guys managed to come back. You take us to Dragonshire. Are you just feeling confident in your, you know, solo laning versus them? Because the solo lane is so important on Dragonshire. Or was it just another, you know, well, let's just pick this and see what happens?
Well, I actually gave them a couple options. I said, hey, we're going to play this, or this. And a couple people, Trib especially, was like, I think I can win the solo lane here, and so we can do Dragonshire. And he said it, so I took him at his word, and he did real well up there.
No, I didn't.
He did real well up there.
Don't lie to her.
He did real well up there. And I think that game was a lot closer than I think game 1 was. I think game 1 did have his points, but I think game 2, we legitimately felt like at one point, we're going to lose this game and we're going to have to go to a game 3. When they're pushing down bottom.
I was afraid for you, because I was like, oh no, I know they have to go, and they're pushing bottom. They picked the Deathwing in draft after you guys show your damage. Were you guys concerned at all?
Actually, yes. So when they picked the Deathwing, Albatrox still had his last pick, and he's like, we can kill it. Because my main concern is, can we kill the Deathwing?
Ready to have a little
he's
fun?
like, no, we can kill the Deathwing. It'll be fine.
Right. Okay.
But we couldn't kill the Deathwing. It
But
was
we
not
couldn't
fine.
kill the Deathwing. It was not fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Deathwing was definitely the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Once he got 16, I think it's coagulation. I think is what the talent's called.
Yeah.
It's so busted in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Just move out of it.
That's one of the things we talked about in that game. Because I mean, you guys are Division A. You know, you're one of the top tier levels of play, like definitely up there. This is the first time I've seen, you know, you using the expert strategy of right clicking out of the fire, because a lot of players don't seem to know that you can do that.
You just move out of it.
What?
So
I thought you just scream at your healer.
Yeah, man.
I mean, just scream at him and then he DCs from the game.
Hey, it's not our fault.
No, we've all been there. It's been rough. So you guys managed to come back. They're beaten on the core, and then you turn it around. There were a couple of it looked like we were stopping to take the camp. So were you guys thinking about it all, taking about those camps, or were you just like end?
Oh, hell no. Smork started shooting that camp, and we immediately say, get off the camp. We can end. The camp's going to get stopped by the minion waves. There's no point in doing the camp.
Right.
So you as a 5 just need to get there while because it was 3v5. The 2 still had like 40-something second death timers. So if you wait for the camp, it's now done to about 20 seconds, and then it gets a little sketchy on ending.
Right.
So you just skip those camps, unless you already have like a minion wave with you. But it's just going to be slowed down. There's no point.
Right. Makes sense. Well, I mean, you guys played an absolutely wonderful game. You got out on time. That's the important part. And
I gotta go to work.
Yeah, you ended up getting a couple of W's under your belt. So thank you guys so much for a wonderful series. And now I will leave the floor open to you for any kind of call outs, shout outs within reason. The floor is yours, my dear.
I'll let Trib go first.
I don't know how to call out people, so thank you, people who want to be called out. I'm talking to you. You want to be called out? You're called out. Okay, Rob.
Okay. So I just want to say thanks to my team for coming out. Our 6th member who wasn't able to be here, Sexy Exy. A couple of teams that we've scrimmed, Clouded Minds. They've been good, and gosh, I don't remember who else the other one we scrimmed, but thanks to them too. Go Go ahead.
I was gonna just do the Oscar speech. I know there's 100 people that I'm probably forgetting, so if I didn't say your name, thanks to you too.
Yeah, I already covered that, didn't I?
I'm such a bad friend. It was the Nexus Cats. I'm real good friends with Mark Zombie. Great guy. They're a great team.
We love the cats here.
I love the cats. I expect them to do well in Div B. I hope to see them in Div A next season. So thanks to all of them, and thank you for casting.
Yeah.
Most of all.
It was a really fun series, so thank you for letting me come in and hang out. You guys are an absolute treat. I'm really excited to see what you do next. Thank you so much for taking the time to come chat with me. Now, you guys go ahead and get celebrating your win.
All right, we're going to make Trib go to work. All right, have a good night.
Have a good night.